Abo Nunsia Peace 104.3 okay 101.7 100 points na nyina one crying Shape House Abeka Junction afa would we ni chemo kuma se wasantemantamu a hello 101.5 FM so braso se kasebo se mu fo wagina ntente wasemu yesi nkonwa na afa yede esomo enwumre nsem bi edi mu akotene wakasebo mu ya bete eni
Ghana Mampeni Abediache Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajama Edi Atudwa se suku adeche di free emoto form urban animo aben ejina krado so be yensakraye.
Education remains a shared responsibility. While government has a central role to play in policy formulation and resource allocation,
Sanso ena ne principals ya ewo colleges of education edi ababe todwa se aban no gina ye ya wasise ene ye be cheche ya kan kasa awodo a ye ka wo man Ghana mu ewo suku mu no omse ne kwan so ano no na oman Ghana ye court ba tan no ekọ asetena ene wa hye se eye special prosecutor office no enam emra kwan so bibia ye nembom aban la ya panina so ye wo ho kwan se case bi koso ewo ene special prosecutor dwumadie mu no onpeso obeto aso a emra no ema ne kwan san so ena supreme court okro ye ene wo ma setena no makoto abate mu afọ makoma enso emunum sei delegate ayede to aba esi ahene ne etu ahene fo yede yikandini ewo amanyokom wo man Ghana ha sa agina ye no ene wo matwam party ma ewo party card ene nkoto aba na wosa ensem no emuo no achem odan abaton pesa so na sebejani onumanyafo Alexander Akwasi wo tuche edema Supreme Court said ne nye delegate nko a ene beyi kandini wa amanyokom na mom yembiem wo se wedie eye kamo.
I was here when I first who your party. Now you said these are party people. Because yes, sir. Nipa bi nso beti ba beshim. Na o me choose the wrong candidate no. Ama mo party no.
Wumpe artificial intelligence AI ene wonso ewo hwiase Ghana ban say oba begina so no ahwede aboa biebie nwuma acheche yesuku ni abefo emfidie fam na ama economy no anya nantuo ne sere ejina so ensam na foforo pibi no eka we ho ene madama ye chemo brefisa be kwapem said no so bebo ye den sam nchire mu nyina esomo ewo akan kasam ne mom ye gye ahoden afinyumekwe ho
ye dia se da kwa ma MTN see we there for you everywhere you go so see an MTN na ena eteso saso ena osons kemisem what the osons garlic houses na bread send ye be ya pomode papa won sabetimi aka wode na wo TV no fridge na why wadwen say won sisa ne hame high sense Ghana de na ye tia podimu tia manfo se meto bi acha me ge na mani age me home do free woofing system nti ne ye boy dan so a ye nte yaw ye nti pensi bia no ane say ya boso na me ya domo a ye tua ne nketenkete sam ye be ye duane a de taste wo mu sa bedi anko na wota aka ho asem ne na se ma na aba no ye ni brenti ye nsa adaje bedi anko da be ne kina ye nya ohenere spices ni bia ne ye dia ye duane ka from oto ne ye dia mu wadi to di bisi anu wanya hoden adodo ye kama pa and now for Blue Gents energy drink no Blue Gents energy drink no ye etiapo ankasa ebema hoden na ba manganese se be ye dwumaden vitamins wo munti won tebrem and Divine Hope Herbal Center so honum what the ochia herbal powder no and now the esom ye ko bang de honoma na sika guo nti aboa pa emanto so ne dosum okada 247 wase ne ya don ho hyemu bia 500 Ghana cedis eye wodia ya frame your hene wa kase aboa hene mena
nana ama anotufo adeshima madam akase no nchemu enie Ghana Mampeni Abediache Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajama esisudia se aban eye ne da ye so se obe ye ne hyehye yie na watoto eniema edifri ene suku nu nkuma mu enso ede bananim o se aban na te ase se suku ni akodan fetu abobo nse ye che no akenkan ye tro no se de obetwro yie na afi akenkan ye se wokenkan keke o kan na wate ase na obisa ne nchire mu a wono so atimi akire mu ye amana to asomo no eye de a eda aban na koma so pa enu nti ena be se break akranie aban no apusu ne ho ama oye nhyehyɛ ahodo ewo basic education ni mo na penifo chance ewo conference of heads of basic schools one more 5th quadrennial national delegate conference dwumadi no ase enaja Mampeni Abediache de sansamito twa ewo kofodua ye no ewo apoye mantam o se no kwasem aban no ye na famudie na so obesra chechefo ni titru pa ene wo mo a eda schools ahodo ano se headmasters ena headmistress no osere wo mo ada wo mo so wo ho kwan se ene wo mia wo ntwumadie ne wo mpe wo mo yie na aban no policies ahodo ode agu akwan mu a wo ye no se aban ne si school adan aban no ehwe se capitation grant ne niam ahodo wo tua no ene na wo headmaster so eye wasade se wo behwe ma chechefo no aye wo adwuma yie ma adekire no akofem na wura nkoda ne timesan se da chinchiri ma no wo mo na mu fira se akire wo made ese motofo no wo so obi anyi ntum se enwoma suamu nsem no enya aban ne nko aso die na mom owofo anase empo eye busuani afensu bedu sukuu mu asukuu no mpanifo eda no amo hwa atoto sukuu ni ye achechefo obi achefa wom enti yemfo ye chitai entire aban wachi na ne gina ya wasi no enkoyie.
Head teachers play a central role in monitoring these interventions and ensuring that classroom instruction translates into measurable improvements in learner achievements. Education remains a shared responsibility. While government has a central role to play in policy formulation and resource allocation, sustainable improvement requires the active participation of parents, communities, with all respect, traditional authorities, religious bodies, development partners, civil society organizations, and the learners themselves. We therefore encourage school management committees, parent associations, community leaders, and education officers to work with head teachers to improve school governance. In the same vein, we encourage head teachers to continue to build strong partnerships with your communities.
Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajimai no kwasem se wose Conference of Heads of Basic Schools mpanifo na ya de wose wo hwe wo mabakwasem ne won twumedie emu a wo mo de mra a ebo won twumedie no akra ye atwuma e ka ho bi ama de kire no sesei empuntu abom papa achechefo won yie die se de wasom bedwe wo mo ne wayi won yam akira ade yie no ne nyina mpanifo aye ho adwuma enti wo bo wo mabaso se e na wo di won twumedie esefata se wo bo wo mabaso yi wo maye na ahye won kran no mo kwa wase akoto
Your commitment to professional excellence, collaboration, and educational improvement is contributing significantly to the growth of the education sector. We appreciate that. I encourage you to continue engaging constructively with government and all stakeholders to pursue solutions that will improve conditions for teachers and enhance educational outcomes. Over the coming days, let us all commit to building schools that are well governed, inclusive, innovative, and focused on excellence. May your deliberations empower our head teachers with the resources, skills, authority, and support they need. And may they go far in ensuring that every child receives quality education.
Arashima mani pe tinin ken eye Ghana mampani abedi achie Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajimai. Wasa adwumade no ase no opani pa wono ene abedi achie ya wosom ewe yenwumesia no ase ye Dr. Clement Park enso ede ensem eto dwase no kwasem ogina ene isuafo no na hwe yenwumesia ho ensem so onumonyamfo Haruna Edisu ogina na nemu na wabo achechefo empanifo abaso papa wose no kwasem achechefo e wo man Ghana ha sei no omaye to ho ache adwuma dodo no mugusu ye afi o monsanso yi wo mu yam som ame ho da ho ye no kwasem se enya saa na wo mu eya enka ogiri se ene ye nwumasuam nsem no nka edi nkomo mpa nka enye nkomo wei ene ebedie ne so ne se ye se aduasa mienu yetache mada so ne ye kasa sere kasa nwumasua no ewa anidaso a na ya chechefo na adwuma pa ya wo mu yentia.
On behalf of the Minister for Education, the Ministry of Education, and the Ghana Education Service, to say thank you. Ayuko. We are not blind to the conditions under which many of you serve. Overcrowded classrooms, schools without adequate infrastructure, ICT, water, electricity challenges, unsafe access roads, and housing challenges. The issues are numerous. We understand them, we appreciate them, and we are doing our best to address as many of them as we can.
Dr. Clement Apak wono eye swafo penny abedieche ewo yengumesia no asoye. Afi Conference of Heads of Basic Schools. The wojina musa National President eye Owura Nicholas ni Papo Ado. Wono so esre aban se eye se nempanifo bo wo maba so ewo ndwumadi a wo mudie ho. Na so esre aban no ada. Achechefo ye die ne won kanko ato apeka krenti wo mukoi. Wo mukoka bibi ngu aban no asum. Aban no so tie peace news enwumire ya wo adamo ontie na onfa sika
Our major concern, the current responsibility allowance no longer reflects economic realities. Head teachers shoulder enormous responsibilities involving finance, supervision, infrastructure, discipline, community engagement, and academic performance. We respectfully request a substantial upward review, prompt payments, and conversion into a percentage of our base pay. The capitation grant has been coming grossly inadequate. Inflation has significantly reduced its value. Schools struggle to purchase even basic teaching materials. We therefore appeal for an upward adjustment and timely release.
Conference of Heads of Basic Schools wono enejina musa National President Owura Nicholas ni Papo Ado. Sanse menyina Patricia Sefa Fisher na desumye.
Ye to akase boy so aye de ni kyerem wansan foforo aso na no ada e na kyerkyerefo bi swade ya wansam wode to dwansa na e wo kyera de se wo firi wakoma mpa kyera de na afu bisa do you understand na nkwada na je so yes sir wote ase no am se da bi ni ha adwene panti Ghana base wo si gyina bi ebeboa na adesua ni adekyerɛtimi aye krabehwe ne dia wo kanyina ne se nei totofefe wa no ene nyame ya adoma ye kyerɛ wade a bebia wo no se bia igbe kasa ne ye kan igbe ne ye de kyerɛ wade nkran ne ya kyerɛ nkran eba ne se bia kadi anzema kasa so ne ye de kyerɛ nam so ema president yam wada principals of colleges of education and wasanso principal ya wada Accra College of Education and no professor Samuel atintonu akasa wo kyesa ne sansam ene gina yesi Ghana ba wo kan watibi na mum ne de odi to Sam Paban, wo born in some share the master, why ya dear papa bebwa, Emma, the shiani adject me ejina naso, now quadanos ye nya but say to me trauma, your matias ye, no me to me a shia diem. Now what is handsome wing now cotuja, bedroom casan media cosom, linguistic Nafis Association of Ghana, one more free share net also doing what you enough in penny for chasem, one more air share home farm. Was the idea about when hard journey power the shimon say, and there will be a shadia. Was me chrome casa net de. Yes, sa woka krobo kasa ne de ahanta kasa ne de kedi amazole sa woka igbe kasa ne de ntie kasa na koye futu frata wo bia pese ne de pa ne yemfa nkyira de nanso nsema prof wo kanyina ne se beya bebia wotie pa bebia wotie se bia enkramantam ase enkra kasa na yeka ukopie mu oframantam a yemfa igbe kasa ukopie mu ewo ebia damba na sefo no so a ne ye de ho kasa de akye nkwada na de se de beya wo mbetimi ate ase yiem na wase kan na wonwie ye Ghana by policy we ya wode ba no e wo se wonya abotrema animdifo si nkonwa na afem wode emra ba time be bebo ho ban sa mra na wo kan no ebi ni se wo kyerɛkyerɛ ni se ye nya ne kwa na emum ye be ye nkyerɛkyerɛ mapade ama ne se we na wo be kyerɛ no ho akade ni o se ni kwan a e wo se wo gina so na afei wode kyerɛ de.
And if you recall, this year the minister had made some pronouncement that Ghana is going to use the local languages to teach our Ghanaian language from KG to P. And just on the 22nd of this same month, he has received the curriculum, revised curriculum from NACA, National Curriculum for an Assessment. They have revised the curriculum and they are making it compulsory. That's the Ghanaian language. So for us, as language experts, we welcome the idea. Our Congress team or conference team is addressing that very issue of how do we in Ghana with over 80 languages use our Ghanaian languages to teach. People have consistently said it is not possible, but for myself being a language expert, somebody who have worked in the policy space, it is something that's practicable and welcome the government decision to use the local language.
Now, Prof. Amanensi one man was away where best residential, young emra bi mata ho afe. Ghana for was subi wa so. South Sudan say, a banis yankasi kasa say, what is will be ka, muenyinya nenim, as ya manu kunianum. What is will be kasa or candy chrome kasa, and at sa kasa way dear and yet was a South Sudan yentry a home from afe. Ya mamrani ya maniano, yam for wo boo any dear sefatan famano.
There are many languages. So, and then we are saying policies to use them to teach. One challenge is whose language should we use? Another challenge is this policy going to select the 12 languages that are used, or it is going to say that wherever your community, whether in a fishing community, use your language. And for us, if it's at the KG level, we don't really think that we should be focusing on only 12 languages. Yeah, sure, one of them is getting a well-consolidated and well-carved policy, because without the policy, people will be doing their own things. And in that policy, it must have a legal backing so that if you don't use the local language to teach, then somebody can hold you on. It will rather even enhance people learning outcomes, especially at that lower level and going beyond. We should be proud of our languages.
Ania Yokoti, one year president here, wada principals of colleges of education, and was also a peniam, wada Accra College of Education, and Professor Samuel at Tintonu Sansam Wagina, Prince Bafwa someone at Troya, what they ever some yang. Ma yan to us enough, yan fear ninchemo, and what my gun and rush with your fear charming in a right honorable speaker Nankasa, Yera Alban, Simon Atkins for Barbie Nekasim, Nedia or D2 Jen answer who be here, Sam Rashe Beja for universities, Nafesum, civil society organization. Beka bom se boa ba kwa de ejina brandaf wetimi aye adwuma wode sansam wagina akoto dwade na afa be se miense nyina na esi nkonwa sem wode bedwam nkasa ho dwumadi ehihye so fa no kwan a ye fa so buman awosikasem ene kwan a Ghana ban wo man no to na wagegye no wo fa so yusu no se wo die aha enu na speaker se we die obesrew ade a no wo bia wadwuma ye wo bia wasodie kese pa da no so se ene wo koye nhwehwemu anasa research ya na wo de aba civil society organization munya ne sa emra parliament for sa ne be yo mo so betimi agina so na wo mo si gina yem na speaker say ade ba ko odwene ho a wonte asem na wo kaka pa na etwa ne nsunu mu awone say nei a Ghana so yapon ye ya ade dodo ye na research ye woni pa bi wo ho no ma woni mo dodo wo be sa research ne be wie na egunkrata so wo bie ni ho no ma sabe wo de be ye adwuma enti akoba ne sa ase na akoye dene e de am manfo sem wo betimi akere wadwene.
Sustainability and the allocation of national resources shape the direction of our economy and profoundly influence the lives of every Ghanaian. More than many other things, money matters. It determines whether businesses can grow, whether young people can find employment, and whether communities receive essential public services. That explains why our national resources must be managed responsibly for present and future generations. And Parliament is charged with the onerous responsibility of ensuring prudence and responsibility in managing our finite resources.
Chiame hire wo my Ghana mra shebe de fie Yera Alban Simon Atkins for Barbie Nesem eno na anu si mpenifo se me ko manka bi yemfa nka asɛmti no clerk e wo parliament Yera Ebenezer Huma eye je troso kasa ne wo chese ne hu behia se wo my Ghana mra shebe dwafo aba ne sika no nia wode ye bia no yenhwe ne yenhyeche Ghana ba se wo ba yenche na no bunku nta se sika we no eba na de hia me de kohyem eba na pomodi a me de kohyem ti sika no kwan be so na afa so a wodi no wo se hu behia se the
Parliament should evolve the traditional rules of lawmaking, representation, and oversight by establishing structured mechanisms for citizens' engagement and drawing on independent expertise to enrich parliamentary deliberation. This evolution reflects the recognition that effective parliamentary decision-making is strengthened when it is informed by diverse perspectives, rigorous research, empirical evidence, and meaningful public participation. Admittedly, let me state for the sake of emphasis that such processes do not just give visibility to democracy, they actually legitimize the representation function of parliament.
Clark, you are my Ghana mra shebe de fie Yera Ebenezer Huma je trosansem we Emmanuel College William Gentu.
Ene de dia yi ewo my Ghana ha se ye court ban tan no ekon asetena na asemba kwa na eda court no animu eye se special prosecutor so ye no emremu no said the high court ewo oman Ghana ha baako eka yese ne mmra no oni ho kwanti cases anka wa sha ase nyina no onye mu fama aban lawyer penin na obekwa koye hwehwemu na so duru se san hwehwemu na wa ye na hu hia se nipa ne ho bon san asem no de kwa kogina court dia onje mu fama aban lawyer penin na so ye na wo mu ntu san na mo no be se break akranie e na san asem ye gina court a ya de hye binim se omo penchire mu enso de afa ho obekwa special prosecutor nankasa Orakisi Ajaben enso gina court se the high court atwemu eka ye no ogituma enye yie etu oman Ghana court batan eye supreme court no wo munkuto ena se bibi echia ewo ye mra no eho a wo cheche mu na esipo no wosi gina ye no ena etwato ewo ho ene court ne kwa asetena no de edi kan o say special prosecutor so ye no enam emra kwan so ene baaye emfunso bia eni ho afedi etoso mieni court ne say wa afia apema henkron ene aduokron emienu ye 1990 constitution no article 88 ema kwan say aban lawyer penin kwa ene wotwe obi ase ede ne kogina court obekra ensem no efa eye kitasehye proye kankan twirim eho saa mra no ene so ewo ho bibia nsesaye nemom special prosecutor ne so ewo ho kwan say na bi ensakraya kakra bi ampanifo ye wobrekra oponi aban lawyer pani ne mra no article 88 I 1990 constitution mu na okura no my Ghana ye mra so be demfiefo na de won setampo si so eno nti ne ba benya LI 2374 no ewo 2018 I the special prosecutor na ebaye enti nen aban lawyer pani aso ye se wode kitasehye project kankan dwirim ehonsam egina court abonipa ne kwadu no watwe na se ama emra ene nipa no adi no eda so ho bibia nsesaye ena special prosecutor so ye eno so na no wo so be de fie wa afimpim yenu ene du nwotwe de wo mo so kaye no eno so wo bibia ensesaye na mom de abaye se supreme court say ene atemu afọ makomako enso no womoto aba na emu enum ene kogina benkrom ena emu mienu pe enso kogina ho ye ka ne say majority carries the vote eche se ajeje fo makomako enum no amu na di nkunum no womasem no yetiawa womo se afiri na di koyin se special prosecutor edi assembi na sa aban no ya pani aso ene hunu se sa asem no womo eba mu na yeyi a omo ho kwan se womo bam omobam no omokase da bi asem we de ye nento aso adansedie ne emu aha enti yamfa nkonkon ho a omo ho kwan se kokosisa case close ni eja ne ho afi se koba ne se special prosecutor so akwa hwehwe mu bi na okwa court e de kwadu ne niam ahodo bi akwa court eno nso so special prosecutor wo ho kwan se wo kono koye sa ensakraye no e wo sa kwan no eso na emom se koba ne se aban lawyer penisi sa case we dem interest pa etimaba anu de onye mu enfa man penifo na gina yo mbesi wo ho no wo mu nsi e wo ho de atwato ye sesese ye cases ahodo a special prosecutor so en ede wo court no ho kwan so woto so edie case ahodo bi ode akọ court de wo hye ato wo mu a wode o masema akọ court no magya pade so se wo bank account wo mu fie anasi kabi no eno so supreme court say eno so enka wo saa na empedifo ento wo ntwumedie so emfa enko asem ni si ye no opani ba ko a brano ogina mu se civil society lawyer onumonyamfo Oliver Baka Vomawo oni Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante sa asem yi na omani di akire pa na edo mo kon omani sem ya na wo mu ko bi asem ne ba ye no e na omani edi nkomo na wo e kire se ade ne de 1990 constitution na wo se yen sakraye wom na we pa de ya nyen sakraye na emwa yen se o man yen se ntwe ne Philip Atanga edieni.
The current constitutional framework placed limits on how far Parliament could have gone on some of these questions. And the way forward, I think the court gives us a clear direction that we need constitutional reform to fix some of the issues that have come up. And I think that has to be the underlying message. There's an appetite across board we can see for an independent process in investigating these issues beyond the Attorney General, and I hope that we carry that forward into substantive reform. Listen, we have made tremendous progress on the issue already. The Attorney General has come out and said that he believes that he must give reasons whenever he exercises the non-consequential power. It's something that I agree with, and I think that over time we may even begin to litigate the reasons as to whether or not they uphold the rule of law. So it's progress in every respect, I think.
Yeah, but we also have to know that the court said that power, because the discretionary power, is subject to Article 296. So I think that is where some of us have raised the question that Article 296C, which actually imposes an obligation for anybody with discretionary power to actually articulate, the parameters to which those are. I think that is still important. But as Oliver says, we really do need a constitutional process to try and fix and affirm some of these principles that the court has articulated.
Adashimama nipa mienu a yensencho ni Philip Atanga ni wom edi nkomo eye owura Oliver Baka Vamawo Esquire enafe Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante.
Adia ba ko akwaso wo my Ghana mu ne say ye to abase abehu no na wo bi sim ye delegate nti wo Jeffreje wo pefie wo peka nipa ba ko wo pekohia ne mekwadi ha dwene akwaso achepa nti wo se nipa no kogina se yento ne so aba na wo him franka kese o party bi mu anase mpo no wo nyina ne yento ne so aba se wo kogina so MP a se nipa ne se woni sika ya adwokoda sanse ne ya ye kai de delegate for no so de o se koko season ato amame ne o sori ya no wo tonyom enipa bi so de ya wo chese dabi se ne esitie ne ha dwene kane so afo ya no wo hwe environment won sam so my Ghana mo Professor Kwabna Frempon Boati ne di kan afi pani ba ko odi akotene pa ye wa MPP amanyoko no mu Dr. Nyaho Tamakro wotoso mienu ena Ghana ni tesame Dr. Christian Mwako nuama wo motena asedi no wombo eche no mse ya si ya to aba pa ni delegate system when you wuni sika na ho agire wo ya dwos wankobo besi ade a waso be he panti kuru asem no kopie mo Supreme Court so we de ye penchire mu se ne esitie na akoso ache dodo amansi ya na amanyofo dodo na adetem wo mu su entine court batan konkonyesim atemuafo bese enso ene tena se ewie echi no na so mo kire so ade ne de delegate system no ya moamu anse chaskele konko ato achene na mienu ka so ade ne nye hwe ode ye ma ho kwan na wo mo kakra na ntimento ena enum se dabida ye ma ho kwan ekwoba no saade a na political parties nipa wo mo ye party ma no anse wo mo kwan so wo mo ntimento aba ne bim wo se sa ne ha adwene ntine de court no na temu ma pawodi to dwane sesisi anom wodom MPP amanyoko wodom NDC amanyoko kube amanyoko na afe wukura party ne card ya wo sanso tua wodi usunkuto di a nyame ya adom na primary say ba so de abusua utu adi sanso obetimi anya kwan etimi ato aba no ebim na wo wie no wo chese ne court no asanso a kire se electoral commission yi parties ya kegi na temu na beto dwano hwehu no se samra batan no wo betimi de aye adwuma ye na mom wo ka kowie se party bi on ma wahase a wo to na badada wo hwe party bi te se MPP amanyoko se ya wo ma hase from de na no course so sa party ne de mudi ka hase se moto abansa temu ne banti no mudi de mu hu shon mu nkoso anko manim na atemu se beto odwape na peace kase e bosi na se ne esitie na no bra court konkonyesie no yenya party mpanifo bi NDC amanyoko so wade ne de ye pagya yensa se ne court di nchiremu ba ne sa ne yeso yegina court ne chi isi se an me de megina mfimfini ne bebe bia mi hwemu wani asode pupu wo muti MPP amanyoko no mse a na de asi ye bia mu bagaya so obi ankoto abade a futu frata obi abetimi aye binti ye ni director of legal affairs MPP amanyoko no mu yewura Gary ni makodi nkoma nsem sei e no de to dwa.
Let's wait for the footage to come. All right, that's what I'll say for now, because I find it's quite well. Anyway, they said everybody should vote. Unless the Christians should vote. Who's going to pay for the cost? Who is going to pay for the cost of the elections? The political parties? Well, let's wait and see. Thank you very much.
Enti Director of Legal Affairs for MPP amanyoko no mu yewura Gary ni makona no siye ena Vice Chair ni odi kan e wo CPP amanyoko no mu Joyce Labiso wone nsentwofo di nkomo no se atemo na abande Supreme Court ne kwa so anu wo form so so fam.
Some of us as convention people's party, we accept it. We accept it because the mass practice system of voting for our leaders, we have practiced it before during the post-independence. Then we also moved into the delegate system after the post-independence. So they are both into it, and even though it's a difficult task, because you need to put your registry, your albums, your membership all into a certain structure. We have to do it. And I think once the Supreme Court has announced and granted it, we will abide by it. Make sure that we, from a year after, because they gave us a year from now, we should go on with that system of practice.
Ania yekotie wano Vice Chair ya wodi kan wo CPP amanyoko no mu Joyce Labi sansem we nyina Philip Atanga na troi ya traso
ma yento kasebo no so na afaja to sound abato mpeso asom na asebejani onumonyan for frank afriye e de atodwa se no kwasem gina ya efri supreme court mpanifo ho aba se ne yetwam enye delegate ne beyi kandini ewo amanyoko abiamu ewo man Ghana ne mu eye party ma ye omukita party card ayaje wo matomu no e na ebeto abaro se eye o na we kura matumi akane na wo mo eye amanyoko ne ma ewa e kire ye be ne delegate anena se yemfa amanyoko ne ema ho bio no wei asan de tumi no aba afi ebema sa amanyoko ne mpanifo ani ada ho na oma ye wo mo ne mayie omo nkotutu obianse esan se de kabima menka bio no enyane ya wo ne foforo eba be ye adwuma ewa amanyoko ahodo mu ewo man Ghana hasen wo se na ka de enko a sika nkrofo hwiegu esi ahene ne etu ahenefo eduru ho na omo kokko aba nanso omo ni asase omo dua kokko wo so se da de na ha adwen o na ha adwen pa se obi o wa ne botomu ayedu eni nti onya de ne sa ehura mu apɛ na wasum de agu nipa kakra bi so na o mato aba ade ama no wo bɛkɔ sa nipa ni mu aha adwuma no ntumi nyɛ na so ne botomu oduti no na o mato aba no ade ama no wo se wei eba be yikita asese ne pro kankan hwirim ya na ɛkɔ ɛwɔ delegate abaton emu no enso so ade afiri wo se Supreme Court mo piafo.
It will, in the long run, in my opinion, lessen the rate of perception of corruption and the feeling that the one with the deepest pocket wins the day. I think that as politicians, if we do not have anything to hide, and indeed, if we do our work diligently, the people, no matter the influence of money from others, will cast their mandate on behalf of the one who is desirous of that particular position. So I see this particular verdict from the Supreme Court as a win for the country. It is a victory for deepening our democracy.
Adeshimai mani petene kan ayonumunyan for Frank Afriye wamana so afi wose hwe ye kekafu ni akeka de madam pa hwe NDC ni MPP amanyoko amwo Ghana hey dia bai mamo me yese mu na mu otumi na mba betwi afa so wose hwe court na akasa no monfa nya adwuma na nya se mo de ye adwuma so ekoduru kwan mu ba bia na makwa kwasesa mo nsa no ne agyae mu o wose monfa nya adwuma wo monkwa na ya aka nyina etu ahene ne asu ahene fo ma ban yagu party ma aban na wo so.
Of course, what we do is what the Constitution prescribes, and we make the very law that the Supreme Court interprets. And so I expect that with all the rapidity, with all the force we can marshal, all the parties must comply and put in measures ASAP to implement the directive of the Supreme Court without any delay.
Nipa yetene nkan yekọ omai Ghana mra sebeje fia afaja to south abaton peso kunya no onene to se wo mra sebeje ni onumonyanfo Frank Afriye William Gainton afa Emmanuel Akole ni en central for din semi somye
ya da so entinemu ewo sansem we emu na emum nana ma yankoi
na ye gina sansem kro ya emu no na wadama ye di nkomo kakra enso so ewo ahoma no so na ya hwe se de emu nsem no efri ede ba ye ne political marketing strategies Dr. Bernard Tutubuahin edi enkomo o therefore wadama so temeka majo e peace ni sisinie wo de ade ba kwa minimu ho pa ye se wasode wo ye wadwuma anopa wokenkan na wutietie awia so lunch time wokenkan na wutietie de ekoso sansa wunim se da se boa doctor de wo be ka bi wunim de ye hia wo ho wo bre kwa wo te se gina ye free Supreme Court no adama wo so mu sen
yo thank you ye juma ne ye atinkan ame na antino ya ye dan ye mo se bi ata ko konsapo so nti se abakɔsɛ mpere wo mu yɛ sɛ ebi ehwɛ na pɛtuo mmiɛnsa Professor Kempon Boateng ne Dr. Nyahu Tabako ne Dr. Kesi Amakuniama ɛde kɔda Supreme Court sɛ don't system na political parties eyi so Ghana ha no eyi MPs ne presidential candidates in ka omo nhwem na ekwa kwese e do how ni amani bi eba the democracy na the Supreme Court ni panso a ekusi emu no mu e ka se ampa political parties no ntwem na say woman yes or much yes.
Dog na dia bai ka dian e de kire ene ya manyoko no a ewo oman Ghana ha se ne titu said oman Ghana enim kabuma men kabi mu nhihie se agina ye e de na e ka pot de a che amanyoko no
Let me say my no no ehole the toss me say omumi no card biano the business yes efwa and as a befwa political parties and kasankasa apart from say it depends on how much you say the political parties as is concerned the Supreme Court can only board the show say the almost so edin say a path to qua a beboa political parties
Dr. Bernard Tutubuahe ena ene no edin komono oye political marketing strategies ene DSC ewo Supreme Court a wo mo ache se enkomo anipa binum edekodan Supreme Court se wo hianche mu na onhwenye bibi mfanfa ho esanse political parties no wo mu yi kandini ena afi nso kra no wo mo a epre se bekomra se begefia primaries no ya eye si ahene ene etu ahene for party delegate no ene to aba every santini edom akasa ede etia se amaketa se ene pro kankan dwirim awura yabato mu entikabima minkabi no de aka no wahye ya enya kwan eni hene ewo ya manwesem ne sa so de ya na emmoa eduru ho se ye ba beto aba ne kase mu a na party mani su se nipa we nanka ye mpeno secondini na enso asi ahene etu ahene fo ye bobo kakra hye wo mufuru mu o mufuru peja kakra nti no o makoto aba ne de ama no we de ye hia no sankomo nti na nipa bi no ede asem no eko Supreme Court a Supreme Court tietie mu no ene wode mra no aye atwuma wo se efri enne ede kopim se wiase besei amanyoko awodo e wo man Ghana ha se ema obia emfa esi ahene ene etu ahene for ento aba enyi won kantini ema omo mfa esi ahene ene etu ahene for enko eye parliamentary primaries enkonko yi obi ya wosi amanyoko anamu nemom yema party ne emma ya ewo party card ya je wo matum ena enkonkoto aba no asemi ba ye ena agya no do na ebose ena ase binum susu enwinwi kakra ewo ho Dr. Bernard Tutubuahe wada wa mesa mo akwa babio eti dog you say asem ne dia ba beto gya nyina ye say nipa dodo ya party mani dia fili o sa really judgment we ba mu fili ena nipa kakra bi nso ewo amanyoko nim no blidi pa asa anko ya mfa ama wo mo na omo mu fili ni se we de kabima minka bi ena eba no we de emfa so ne san kabima minka bi a ebe koso yie wa amanyoko no ne mfa so ene sen pote
it not me can be say about parties nankasa especially party akasemi no NDC no we say utimi FBA will register them omo as register so mu do ati nankasa no omo kura party card omo etua di so no omo na ye edipa omo edom party nankasa se tafo no se wo ma ho kwa mo be beto abani bia e kire se wo edom bia wo ankasa wo ni se me ko 2028 election enipa be 2 million die omo no e wo mafa so ho ebiti uko ko pe kakra e wo bontin be kan ho na edini de to so yi nso no yenim se enkrofo de wo ma no e na ekika se na me don party ugu ho a party ya wo dom bi su kura wo nche bi meeting kura wo ko wo se den hu nipa no 14 eti bibi se aba no ebe mo obi a se ka no ho so ho eni ti se wo pe dues adia ebe boa amwati enya sa dues no ye hia kasi yese sa no ma we se no o be ye no e kire se wo be tie fie pepepe na wama emra ayeduma pepepe na wama ambeki sure se enoma wo de beto to ho mu no sa no ma no e ma obi entimi free or no party enkura ni party card ensa ma wo diem ememe yese ena david so esi ede asenso di ankasa ede bre party members ebanisa NDC ni MPP any party nkuma aka ni nyina omuni mo members party mantin dia no obi o bia omuni eti enkwankwa yese wodi wano kwa ena edom party everything the first say a more kesiye edema political party ne bi mu so aka say ebebua ma etase seni proye bibiliba ekosu siketua no na asefo na edipa no bi wo ha sebi bredi ata omo na bibi wo mo se mo no betimi etua sikanti no omo na omu di your friend is politics and saa no ma no say Supreme Court asemi the political parties ni na disua ebetimi aboa ma dache no ebenya nipa enye sika fe ne wo mo nsem but the nipa bi a omo se papa na adwiri papa wo ntirim na ye toso ye se omo ye ready say Ghana any political party a omo dom no ewo dadwene ewo wo mo so na no na emma omo ababe tre na omo de asum omo party any omo mai it be first say the fasodia no e dosun so minister MPP asase minister NDC so asase ni samra we no ebetimi ama sa no ma we mu nyina atie tintin yie na your friend is saying ubia wo pepa say obesum ne man asum ni party asum omanfo say di pakro no ebetimi anya ho kwa wo bra wonna na wonyere say e wo say mi say sika bibiri ansana no so betimi enya mani so adi na me pesa me de som me man so nti me feel say political parties no akase mi no omo enhyasie yo ma hyasie anu omo ye no so no omo enhyem kina na sa judgment here be yen sonhwe o ye kabi ma nta bi amamu mu na me feel say wa obetini aye de yie no ebe kwama ebe boa na aboa dachi nchima nso
Doga dia bia papa wom na eja die bonu susu ewo ne fa o se papa na na eguso aye biebie so nkakra no wada mo Supreme Court asem no wose san sakraye political parties ne wan fe ba kontem so de be yen sakraye ewo wo mo party constitution ne mo na ene no afa ebre ko ene mu yi ye be yi eye presidential candidate ye ba be yi eye parliamentary candidate ha ebe ha sa agina ya mpanifo be si ansa ya koto aba wo 2028 ene sen
say Ushimwa, every say MPP Doma Yomo presidential candidate through the delegate system. Yeah, and the Minya so say Emra Wina Bano, Ebema Akase MPP for and Kotwa Baby. Mr. NDC Naka or Money Party, Bia or Maka. It is, say, or more so affit. And teacher say, if he's a be could be Nasus one idea, which me a shall no may be Nasus one. Not just when you want our corner. But how the first political parties will be a Cassia ASA. On the elections here, a normal degree of obey. The UPM Emma the whole Ghana Kofu degree ever to about. I don't know, a woman say easy and a share in delegate system. So, by me to say, structures a normal being difficult being resources will be any form being Chicano ever quite more change we use delegate system. I'm saying for the car parties in degree, aiding Abu Busi. But yes, it is so then game one. The first set of man Supreme Court, Abia one can't come, but Supreme Court also, say, Abia. Almost betting Yabwa as a political party to Athens. Now, almost the budget, the friend is saying, Missy, electoral commissioner, said the bay as our internal party system with you. And from where you say political parties in Kwa, Ishika, and Omode. Your talk to you say, say sikasam dia and na political parties no so NCC a moment be a kakra because I was a party beyond so no unya futubi self media be say ude ebedi and I made the kaka say a yoma ebetini abuama political parties especially kukudan you know omo betini asisi omo fie yi omo atoto omo sikasam no ma ye omo nhyehyɛ yi omo tini ese beboa ebi mo so ka say anhwe yi a na bobka say your free Chris crossing obi wo ha wodom party kokɔ echina wose odom party yellow sika kokɔ okura we asenso kura we asenso etuti bi hu ba bi ani pakro no ejina utiri anyi ya wa register wa ha uti adi so ha tu adi so ha safo no so uti anyi anasa omonso ba be say wo no ma bi awo ye incident ni ma wu ni your friend is saying in kofudu anasi di padodo a wo set abo ankasa na men kan say maybe a na me ye ni PhD me party from the BCI and the NPP smaller parties ni atem ba ko a omo kan ye pa ye sabia no say omo se da ni register it because obi din wa ha edin wa nipa ba ko or odom party ma de me nsa na se so and also ayo how ema wo because we tia ye ya nipa na to about ha no or to we have ya no asaba be to ha na what the said normal but again that can say adie no boduma and the bata brebo me enuti se wu grab one year opɛ kwan abefa so be yi boduma na pai konkɔ say enam ema na yen no etini nyina toji political parties here ankasa oha ne de sie boy sie mpai ye wo ha bia wo ha ne amane but the ma wo ye soronko se nipa ne ye say utimi dwene emu wo ha wo da wani na wa dwene atimi edi wo ha no so na wa ye seye de abatra sa o ha no enu tie political parties na sade say o ha no beba amane beba but utimi nyane mfiri ho na utimi nka say nam sa di we say nti menye we na menye we say kanu ba mi tabi amamu ni ke de bia de foforo ba de bia ensakraye no so ba na watimi asisi owu na wagina ho na enframa bi e bo no so watimi ante wapem akowani enoti de enkrofo kan say ye papa say de e boni ni nyina no emi say e do kwa ku bi o political parties no omo aboboa no omo na say omo gino pepem na ifri ne ekuni no ekusi afeta so no Supreme Court assess omo de transfer ni eduma no omo timi atwene enya anu yi papa bi aye enhyehyɛ papa bi etimi esi agina ye papa bi edi amma omo etwumadie na me de me fo say no ni aba se omo timi ye de ka ebeboa parties na boa Ghana so edemocracy
Doge dance papa Monica so ha beba mane beba ne so one member one vote ni the abantu political parties ni nsom. Ni fani di nkomo eye Dr. Bernard Tutubuahe or political marketing strategies.
Yada so aginemu e wo sansensem we ya emwano nam so e mamrahye bedwani ya wo so made hye wo achim da abaton pesia so yewura kwesi akwa wakasa ne dia wo kan nyina ne saane Supreme Court atemu ndie wofo so na kire se system dada no ya wo ne sa agon ye yefri honom esi ade ye egbo ye biem a obi abetimi enya kwan se wo to aba na emom how kakra wo ho pa ne se nei wo ho wo obi abetimi aba begina se me ye party ba wo se ba ne se be ha dwene so was it sa temo wenti sa nia na ekoso katasehye ne proye dwumdie kankan me na me wosika wani wosode a na wayi sika na to watem gina so na to aba ma me no wasi nyina ebe se twem kabia no
no more no mobilize the other party members no amaye enti no say ye be hunu bibisa no I was here hwekwa be fa so hunu ye party na ya gi atom say these are party people because yes nipa bi nso beti ba be shem na o ma choose the wrong candidate no ama mo party no so that's here it is something that ye nim and this is why ye be adentina o mo reverse here because o before say o mo choices of candidates afi na o mo ye no was not that representative as a kofobi be shemu and na o mo no so boy ye choose wrong candidates ma wo that is the danger but begin say Supreme Court can say well afi no it becomes easier say any serious political party bia ne nia bre bia no betimi organize ne base ni ye ne grassroots ni ye na ye hunu party fu ankasa
Emrashe bedwani amanensi wadoma na osisi ade ye biem dia ma obia so obenya kwan na wetimi ato aba
a law abiding party na be say be a law abiding idia the Supreme Court Akan make them imagine e wo mu mienu sebe at the end of the day nipa nyinara and the to aba yakaya 2024 yes MPP for do na anto aba and ma ye go opposition eniema bebre ka hunti and MPP for na ankoto aba ye Michael Okwei committee yeti ye no EPM say delegate system ka ho say enkrofo agisika kese ne ade du ho no mu a mo meto aba omso mo mma me ye campaign me ko bi o ka say o me meto aba enti no se ne no ye bebiem na party fo nyina to bia begidi se saa ade no a e ma manfo feel se ye yi o mafim omde mo nka ho biom no e be fi ho na obia hu se ene de ye na ye koto aba no
Emrashe bedwani ya wo soma de hye wo akyem da abato mpesua so we poemantem Yewura Alexander akwesi akwasansam we gina Emmanuel Akole William Gentu
Yensenchoni Abdullahi Dasmani ama yenyankomo bi se Ghana ban say wagina ne dwumadie so ama de fenese artificial intelligence na waba beti asese ye den awia asese aba asetena etu man Ghana aban no ebegine no so no wahwe ede awura ne dwumadie ahodo a odi ewo na mamu a ede mpuntuo ne yedie beba so na afei aban no nwuma eku ahodo aban na so ye ahodo bia ya nipa ye ho adwuma no odi AI dwumadie na wurawuram na aboa yen pa apagya yen dwumadie ne de akọ abefo kwan so na amasika aba ye ho se hwan ogidie se oya ne sanso ne babo wa yen na ama adwuma mu kwan ahodo nso adededa ho na nipa pii no anya adwuma ni bi aye ye kon aye Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation Director in charge of innovation wo Yewura Emmanuel Ofori one of these answer me nyina to dwa obrekwa wo gina so afo na namu e wona so ye ene wo che se so ba wo ma so ya kwan fa so edi nkita ho e wa be fo kwan so afi mfidi dwuma so edi san nkita ho e na be fo kwan so ndie ma akodo aban ne hunu se wo de be wura wo man Ghana ye mpuntuo ne yehye mu abeboa no aban no onyan na kwakora waso mu twetwe na waba beti ase so se AI dwumadie no e wo ba bia ye nwumasuam adwuma ye bie hyehyede ahodo aban ne di gu akwan mu wo hu se AI na wura ba bia eboa enti aban no ento na jeje mu.
Government is therefore advancing the implementation of the Ghana National AI Strategy, which provides a clear framework for developing, deploying, and governing artificial intelligence in ways that support national development and improve the lives of our citizens. The strategy reflects our commitment to innovation that is responsible, inclusive, and aligned with our national priorities. It also provides direction for research institutions and industry, startups, and public sector organizations seeking to harness AI to solve practical challenges across our economy. Alongside this, government continues to strengthen the broader digital ecosystem through investments in digital public infrastructure, improved connectivity, modern digital services, and institutional reforms that can enhance efficiency.
Adeshima Mani Patin in Ken Eyo Ora Emmanuel Ofori. One year director in charge of innovation, you do Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation. Now what enkoma na mpenifo edi na ye Ghana AI Summit and Awards ejumedie Asia. And no emwo no ena Ora Kwame Ahiagbenu. One year Chief Executive Officer Ghana AI Summit. Now one also watch as a share AI no Ghana need share bia e wasi ehun here na ye gitum ni ye sha ase de ani di akire ye sua bibi na ye ti ase a ye nyina de be ye ho adwuma ama aboa yen.
The core idea about the AI Summit is to ensure Ghana as a country, we can benefit, we can leverage AI for national development. So for that to happen, we need to bring together stakeholders, policymakers, inventors, entrepreneurs, companies who are all working around AI, researchers, so we can have a conversation around how to ensure that AI can be used as a tool for national development. We don't have some data set that compares countries on all indicators, but there are some indicators that you can do comparison. I can only say that Ghana is doing so well, but we can do better. If there is any tool, AI is very powerful, but it's not neutral. That means it can be used for positive and negative. And we want to recommend that it's used for positive.
Wei eye Ora Kwame Ahiagbenu. Wano na Ghana AI Summit no we Chief Executive Officer Abdullah Dasman in the Semisumi.
Oye Churchill for National Labour Commission Dr. Bennett Welbeck and Wakasa. Ache 1 year Nyamia Dom was kantimwe be juma. Any ye juma first or best Ghana say. Ya wamra bata ya padie elbow chibra yanshe. See a bet media ye juma sanya beya. Asum JPSC pa betrinity nyuma ye gusua ye ene. National Labour Commission enye frisiane dununti. Wamo shahu no watch say commission we adwuma pii a wo eye say ebeboa na wo ebi adwuma wani eye adwuma nyina no labor art no wo betimi edi so ebi ne say kwan efa so for manfo we adwumam yafa we wi ahohye so a wo se wotimi nya e na afa so wo pese wo yi obi edi a won sore keke wonye hwe na asime yi se nipa na di nyina no wo se nhyehyɛ mapa ho a ekoso commissioner to so ya wo chese nei wo mo hwe enim se mo amwa bi adwuma na afeso wani ye adwuma no betimi atena wa asomdwem na etimi aboa na productivity etimi akonanim ba ko ana wo to so nyina ne se enei wo hwemu a policies ya wodo bi wo ho a ya na mo amwa bi adwuma mo de ba ha adwene papa wanwene hwe ho adwumafo na nkasa kora wanwe won ho nanso wɔkyerɛ sɛ labor art no ansa na bia policy bi wode ba na wɔ sɛ onya abotre na wo kenka na wotimi di asie yie pa hunu so saa policy wɔ yɛ amede bande ha dwene enkyerɛ mu apɔde ka ho na bi ne.
There have been a lot of violations. Almost 58% of cases there were cases no by category. I think about 13. I say the paid and then Nuna constitute a huge number, huge percentage. Nature said there's a problem. Nature said a Juma Rafono, either they are not doing something right in compliance with the law, and now a Juma Yefono, so they don't know what the law talks about in terms of say who a Jumemwa. Niame Bain, ne was say we are emphata. My expectation is that they will go back to the law. Say and one of the lessons that we've also learned is that a lot of employers and employees don't know about the law. They don't know what the law talks about in terms of managing the employment relationship. And I would advise them to go and look for the law and read the law.
Oh yeah, Churchill for National Labour Commission, Dr. Bennett Welbeck, Chairman, Employment Affairs, Labour Relations, and Pensions Committee, where my Ghana Mrasha be the fee. Yera Joseph Apia Boating Kasaya was Ghana buying, and labor unions, Nissa Munka Mumna Munye Juman, and Nebebwa, Nanya Yeshu, my and say to me account.
Adwuma wura so awo so osisi obi so no se eba out sa so a obi aso mpese obey wa adwuma nti ntokwa bi a obi no obetumi awini employees no entimi wini na employees so entimi wini ba yemfa odo ene kroye emfa tran Ghana ene be ma Ghana etimi etum empon na etimi afa na ntuma pa efra ni aka cha ban so se o ma na ninku National Labour Commission for ho na no because me wo Independent Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee so no wo hwe yoko agidi kesi na no yoko so no wo hwe ne budget yoko bi on budget 2 million Ghana cedis. I bet any penny your papa. What me I investigation a quite said as or corner. Into the by near Cosa commissions now what it's no. The near home. Now what me on the adequate resources are somebody yajuma. Until na I can't share by so.
Nti why chairman employment affairs labor relations and pensions committee where my Ghana Mrasha be Joseph Apia Boating honorable Nesam and no church forward TUC Joshua Ansadi say ebiaso.
I want to use this occasion to appeal to the government. Our labor institutions must be resourced very, very well so that they can execute their task the way we all be satisfied in this country. Because labor is the key to the development of this country. Go to Labor Department, go to the ministries. Maybe they cannot talk for themselves, but we are the workers. We are being affected. So I'm using this opportunity, Mr. Chairman, to call on the government to have a second look at our labor institutions, our ministries, our commission, and any party that plays role in the labor education in this very country.
Yera Joshua Nsawano church for TUC Kuno so. Na Clinton akwesi amwako bemaba ena watsena sia sansa moti say wama emuda wa wotro de besom yen. Ma yenyina so na yentwa ye homra ye ba ne aka ene doso.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Adesubama yemi ho akwa abedemase madam asamo je bre twen yemi etwa ye ho ebaye ne mum kase no asi akenkan for ya mote yenkan ene onyujubre eyeme nana ama ano to for enafe
ohene wa kase bo ahene ma yamfa sedama MTN see we there for you everywhere you go na sisi an network ne de no ana etiapo eno aso ena eteso ntihwe na wonsa entimi enka wo de Osons chemist de eye Osons garlic capsules no wode ba yaboa ema sisi an wone eta yare enya easy o se kata ba ba chiwa na ebo nka ye na ohene sisi evrade wonya Osons garlic capsules ni si ahode ne High Sense Ghana jina ho de ma TV fridge ene nyoma papa ye yusu ewo fie enu nti etia papa na when say blender rice cooker sound system ne nyina no wonsa betimi akabi ene bi de phone so no hwe papa ne bi etia potum say ye radio we de phone we de media mu ya na so ato bi ache ate ya do e ma me 030255 0000 030255 0000 everyday prices for everyday people. My yenshe na yamoya dinosaur. A Duffy roofing system, one more yard, dear. Yankopon sham what ye. So we see dine our bre, one church, des or be boss war, ne yapa. Na dear Jumana, oh, ya no, I get you an ebebanes, hey. Wa how ne doors, where you go, where you go. It is a one bad Duffy, my yanyash, she na ma one. When we say a yafi back konfrisia miensa ti yete wa wonhye dante ye waskebi wo no obi ti watum se we de wate wa manaka oba bi nka Dofield de yente sam yesi enei hihye ma peda honie se afi ba konfrisia miensa ntemo no na wetimi aye adwuma ade etua eboa no so da fam eye nchanse a ye de bodan so papa ne bi ena ye ton etiapo edimu eye correct ehyeye kejuwa nankasa enye wura na ya no fo bi wo mo eton office no ewo East Legon wo mo ben Trinity Theological Seminary betimi afresi number so 0543661716 0543661716 and 0243232818 ma yankoye aduane dia wo ya na ehu se wo yo ba aduane wo ya na ehu se wo bemmu na nse nya ma no nko an ye yo mema no so de wo ho agim entiaba ne se wo ye na me ya na ma ye de wo gina se 50-50 so to bottom as dabi wo ba na nya fie adwuma ni nyina wie anajo wasaba for servicing wo wi awase etua rent ni bi kwada school fees osimenye adua o de wo mu adofo no kire ni bibi kaka ma ne hu se won sa no bom ohenere spices no ene ye de ye aduane mesi anu se wo mre ho da o de wonim hweye kra no onya spices ni bi na bia nkwan na wo ye jollof na wo ye beef wade spaghetti ene na se for fish wade a wonya pon adwuma pe se bia o cha na peso de aduane na wa ye ho adwuma ne wo de gum o peso wi na de a fridge ni mu na etimi evrevre mu yenti ade che na wunya pa na de ye aduane na don't go there ate don't go there onzo obi etimi didi na wabo nanum tom se ampa wote so sister de wonsa no bo na no ge ba kwa evra invite me bibi sem no ozo wote se me kan henry spices asem na odi su koto obi na be man si Sa bibi say wo na na anya mamie to was service ye panam so e yeda nyame ase me ba na ese me kwansi a me kura pa anya asem kuma ohenere spices me da ase ene adwuma pa mo ye na mo de som o my Ghana ya wa asoto enwotwe boa e ma wo mpomu eyedenem for 0207805398 0207805398 afi 0244525908 ebone da fom budget cash and carry na wade Blue Gens energy drink no edi aba anum die wei sani esi aboa ye pa o Ghana for de ye nim ade pa over 20 years in the industry ba market ne so achem na anim se vitamins nutrient womunti wonum bia tim se wo hihye ye energy ne so ba capacity ne ba pa vitamins bit se B2 B3 B6 B12 afitorin any gurana ne nyina ebi ewomu a ema wo energy na nkasa adwuma bia ye bia no me pa cho me sre wo se Blue Gens energy drink no betimi anum bi na mafie etimi ayedem Divine Hope Herbal Center at the Ochia Herbal Powder naba send ye si ba na ye adwuma nti wo bia ne je hom wo bia gusu a water enche na masori Eco Bank DM wo se enewia se kwa nanimu nti wo so wo ho na wadan down ho kakra na ayede ne ewia se ye dem artificial intelligence ni Akan fefe brofo ne depa wo de ba ko na dada na titile sisem kakra o medo sisem ate na Eco Bank no mo kwa me say senia wo mo nipa ho bre ni adaji a ye je wo fewo so akere wo o product a ye wonie ni adache kra kwa pension ahomegye mu a obefa so sika se ne de be ma se ne bete wo ho ni nyina ba ye nya abotre on se Ghana say bank ye di kan ko de geta se wo bank wo phone so ne Bank and of Yasing in us with me cohodom na utimi share a di wudra fefe enti yanum and ye di kind Eddie be to say Eco Bank pay by ye express point no any mobile app a man for share ye ye Eco Bank same a better way to bank your way Eco Bank the Pan-African Bank and no Okada 247 and I'm a dear sorry so just imagine so toward moi now we say yam 5 year way pass away mrel what order for food and I say what order for a ride na a ye Okada 247 and a befa what na me say adwuma for ne ba grant ya wagina mani mi Caleb one fan ho dress ahosiesie a wode ba abepeki waduane no and I say o parcel na and I say ride no jai helmet no ye were extra one e de kire and na yedi kandi wo mo fa ntetie mu kwan ya Ghana kwan ahyensode asitie ti wudu ha no wo hu se aso ready a wonim se wo se wo gina kopem so ebeso green anse wetimi etu akọ eti we no wonya ne bebia eye Okada 247 na wo ankasa wo tie bia na nwumre se wo se ne pass wana se wo order for a ride ana se bia eduane na asefo na just listen to me tie me call phone so na boshem Okada 247 Okada 247 wabo awie aha na mia so say app store na say Play Store mia so a download it aha mo tie me e download wi a ye be bisa o number on say in case say o order ride na e wo se e fro ye woni pa wada je pa o e fre bisa mpacho gina he wo gina ho an ya ba wanim ohunti for number shem bibi kitu e bi obi ho picture na asefo no se ne be ya order for a ride ya ohun kire wo na wa order wie ne e de nipa ba ko ye betimi achel 500 Ghana cedis and 10 si wana ye bida Ghana ni na atena se and we tie grounds say nsuo to so fom ye dem and we de Okada 247 nia wo de kwa e kwan so ahyenso de we de ye adwuma mra ne ye adwuma na obema helmet ni ye de hye no obema obi ahye se wo tena so ne one na kwa obema obi ahye na afeso wa hye na obambo mu nsem akwanhye bi anto woda enti Okada 247 de ya gia tum moma ye nyina ye nka mom se Ghana fo na ne Ghana ni di aba no yembo ne chi edom enwumre de yadam nyina se Clinton akwasia mu akon tweme na ne wasori nkonyabunu so ti edamase emamu anitie.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Me dofo a minnu